So if others have said, and this is the language that struck me when this matter was in committee, before it failed under suspension of the rules here, for good reason, this paragraph struck me. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, quote, imminent threat alerts include natural or human-made disasters, extreme weather, active shooters, and other threatening emergencies that are current or emerging. So the existing IPAWS system explicitly covers this issue, which again takes you back to then what this debate has materialized as. The soon-retired gentleman from Michigan on the Republican side recited an event in North Carolina where Little League teams withdrew from a tournament because they heard shots. The police in Wilson say that they had no evidence that there was an active shooter involved. So that incident had nothing to do with what we're talking about today. And yet the gentleman from Michigan offered it in support of this bill. The gentleman from Illinois, or the gentleman who just spoke about the Highland Park shooting in Illinois, by the way, according to the wisdom of the majority and some Republican senators, we passed support for red flag laws. Well, Illinois has a red flag law. That person had been implicated in all circumstances that a red flag law ought to respond to. It didn't work. We've been doing gun control since 1968. Are you satisfied with the trajectory? Does it salve your conscience to speak in a loud voice about how outraged you are and do something else that has no capacity to solve the problem because you refuse to grapple with the problem? I've said that all along. I'm going to continue to say it. It is not the prevalence of guns. Because, it's but for causation, ladies and gentlemen. We've always had guns in ample supply across this country. Always. But until the 60s, you never heard of a mass shooting. And they've increased at a rapid rate in recent years. So it's not the guns that has changed. Let's look at what may have changed. We've changed the culture. Could that be it? Could that be the reason that some reckless idiot in an automobile leaving the area of that Little League tournament was engaged in gunplay, firing off a weapon? That never would have happened at an earlier time in this country. The same political forces that tried to change the culture and succeeded is the side that wants to eliminate gun rights as the answer to a problem they've created.
The gentleman has expired.
Additional minute.
So we see it over and over and over again. Accountability would require you to point to the success of your actions. You've engaged in, Mr. Massey detailed them, bill after bill after bill after bill, slowly eroding people's gun rights away. And yet the problems that you have caused get worse every year. They get worse every year in the cities that you control. Let's grapple with the problem and let's stop the alarmism and the stigmatizing and the fear-mongering that you believe to substitute for policy. It does not. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.